business. Everything's rolling. How are you doing? Coon, are you rolling?
So ready.
So ready. Born ready. Yeah. All right. Stand by. Hello, welcome to the 13th floor. I'm Marty Duda. Today we have with us Jack Page. How you doing, Jack?
Kia ora, hi, thanks for having me.
This is actually a return visit for you, right?
It is, yeah. Sessioning on different projects kind of gets me around in lots of different pockets every now and again.
And you were with?
I was here with Jed Parsons.
Jed Parsons, yes.
Yeah, a couple months ago, so it's nice to be back.
Yes, nice to have you back. And now you're doing your own thing.
Yeah, just as a little, I don't know if side project's quite the right word, but sometimes it's nice to get in the driving seat and kind of have the control.
Some control.
Yeah. As a sometimes food, definitely,
yeah.
but
right.
it's nice to every now and again.
So before we get into your own music, tell me about some of the session work you do and who you play with, besides Jed.
Yeah, so I play with a bunch of people down in Christchurch, which is where I spend kind of a good chunk of my time. So I play with Jed Parsons, I play with Emily C. Browning, who's both fantastic singer-songwriters based there. And then I do a lot of work kind of since COVID has taken over our lives and then kind of subsided a bit. I do a lot of Zoom stuff, so a lot of sessioning, writing stuff.
I've been hearing a lot about it because I do a lot of Zoom interviews with people.
Right.
As it turns out, they're doing a lot of Zooming just to make music as well.
Yeah, well, it's kind of normalized things, which for me is kind of a bonus because it means I get to, I love the community down there and I love everything kind of about the city, but it means I can jump out and do stuff overseas or do stuff for projects that are based up here.
Pretty exciting, isn't it?
It's really
you
nice.
can just work with anybody you want to.
Yeah, well, within reason, but yeah. It's really nice. Can't call everyone up, but...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul McCartney?
Yeah. With the advent of Zoom, me and Paul can just get on.
Why not? Alrighty, so we're going to hear... Now, I'm going to use the J word. Jazz?
Yes.
Is that okay?
You can use the J word.
All right. So, do you listen to a lot of jazz? Would you
I
consider
used
what
to.
you do?
Yeah, well, I did a jazz degree. So the music that I'm playing, both in terms of my study, is kind of based on that, but also I think the words I probably would use more closely would be like soul or R&B, and definitely pop. It's definitely some pop sensibilities about it as well. Okay. But a lot of those genres kind of came out of that music.
Right.
So it's kind of one big melting pot.
Cool. Well, let's get to a song.
Yeah, please.
We have one called Play That Too, T-O-O.
Yeah.
Tell me about that one.
This is this is the first single off this new EP.
Right.
And it's actually kind of funny. This is the classic story with a lot of musicians, but trust me, I never intended to put the song out. It was like a song that I kind of wrote as like a little therapeutic, get things off my mind. I'm gonna write a song, and then I played a tour last year, and it somehow snuck into the set for that, and then it became the closing tune for those shows. And then it somehow wriggled its way into being the first single off the new record.
Nice job.
Yeah. So this one's been, I produced this with Devin Abram.
Oh, great. Okay.
So yeah.
Cool. Let's give it a listen.
You've been with somebody new, 'cause I was never enough. I guess my friends were right about you, that I'm better off, yeah. And I know my mom, she taught me better, but I think she'd make exceptions for you, 'cause I can play that too. I can leave a lover out in the rain. I can catch a trip never to return home again. I can tell you that I love you when I ain't, yeah. I can play that too. I can leave a lover out in the dark. I can tell you it meant something, but when we're apart, I can tell them that I knew right from the start. I can play that too. I don't need to know who. should. But oh, if she knew what I knew, I think she'd make exceptions for you. 'Cause I can play that too. I can leave a lover out in the rain. I can catch a trip never to return home again. I can tell you that I love you when I ain't, yeah. I can play that too. I can leave a lover out in the dark. I can tell you it meant something, but when we're apart, I can tell them that I knew right from the start. I can play that too. I can play that too.
Okay, we're back here with Jack Page. We just heard Play That Too. We're going to hear 2 more tunes.
Yeah.
See how I did that?
Clever.
All right.
I like it.
So you mentioned that you have an EP out.
Yeah.
It's a 5-track EP, but you're also, it's part 2. It's called The Days.
Yep.
So fill us in on the concept here.
Yeah,
What's happening?
so the first record I put out was last year, The Days Part 1, and it was going to just, I hadn't really settled on a name, but when I put it out, I thought, this isn't the end of like the kind of stories that this music is about. And so as a little trick to kind of force myself to make more music, I tacked on Part 1, which would have been kind of abstract if I just put it out and then never released any more music. People would be like, that was weird. So I kind of forced my own hand a little bit.
I think that it has been done before. Didn't the Traveling Wilburys do that? They're like Volume 1 and then, well, but they did do another one, but they didn't call it, I don't know.
Right.
Anyway, sorry to just...
So yeah, that was kind of the thinking behind it. And so this record that I just did I was meant to record overseas, but of course COVID came along. I had
So
to do
if
it
you did
locally.
record it overseas, where would you record it?
I was going to record it in Boston.
In Boston?
Yeah. So I had a trip worked out, working on some other projects and kind of was going to fit that in the middle. But of course that didn't happen. But the upside was that I got to work with a bunch of new producers, New Zealanders, who it was only 2 of them, but I hadn't worked with either of them before. So that was really exciting. And I think probably turned out that maybe it would have if I had gone over there and tried to do it overseas.
Yeah, so the next tune we're going to hear is called Halfway.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, this one I wrote with Devin. I kind of brought him like a half-finished song and we kind of pieced the rest together.
And why do you guys like to work together? What does he bring to the table for you?
Well, his management actually hit me up just after my American plans fell through. So it was kind of like a perfect, fortuitous timing. He's great. He's an absolute wizard on the production side of things. And the kind of things that I lack maybe in drum production and vocal production, he kind of brings to the table. So it was a really nice pairing.
And what can you tell us about the subject matter of the song?
This tune is basically about being like not feeling like you're non-committal in a relationship. So that the line of the chorus is I'm halfway in and out of love with you. It's like one moment you're into it, and the next moment you're like, oh, I'd rather just like kind of make music on my own. Which is for a lot of musicians sometimes the struggle. And it's just like,
it is,
you know, I'd rather just kind of do some songwriting on my own. Thanks, love.
That's got to go over really well.
Well, yeah. I mean, and then as you'll hear in the song, maybe not so well.
Okay. Let's listen to it then.
I've had it coming for a couple months. You've had enough need to give me up. How did I become so out of touch? Is it something I can change? Maybe I don't have room for two. Because I'm always halfway in and out of love with you. Cause I'm always halfway in and out of love, 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 huh? Fell in love at least twice last week. Oh, what the hell is wrong with me? Different faces facing me. Here I am again. Maybe I don't have room for two. 'Cause I'm always halfway in and out of love with you. 'Cause I'm always halfway in and out of love, love, love. Tell you I need some time. Goes on and on and on and on. The days with you on my mind goes on and on and on and on. 'Cause I'm always halfway in and out of love with you. 'Cause I'm always halfway in and out of love, love, love. Tell you I need some time. Goes on and on and on and on. The days with you on my mind goes on and on and on and on, on and on and on and on.
Okay, we're back here with Jack Page. We just heard Halfway. We got one more tune to check out.
Yep.
But so you got the album. The album is actually being released on vinyl, with the EP being combined with the old one, right? Which
Yeah,
is
so
pretty
part
cool.
1, part 2, pressed as a double EP, which is cool.
And people, how can they get that? Is it going to be in stores, on your website?
Yeah, it's going to be on some stores, but the best way is just to go to jackpagemusic.com and everything. You can see everything there and pre-order and buy.
And you have a tour in the
Yeah,
works?
announcing soon. Yeah, tour over July. So we're doing the main centres and then hopefully a few little spots.
When you say we, are you playing with a band?
Yep. So 5-piece band. So
Ooh.
bring in drums, bass, a guitar player, and also a trumpet player along. So that's going to be a lot of
Trumpet.
fun. Yep.
I love a good trumpet.
Yeah. Well, a lot of music has a bunch of horn lines, which I try and make up for when I'm playing stuff just solo. But sometimes it's nice to kind of just. That's a bit of a.
And do you know who these musicians are yet, or are you still putting?
Yep. So it's it'll be Chris Worthy on bass,
Yeah.
Matt Andrews on drums, Mitchell Dwyer on guitar. Actually, no, I think Emily's playing this tour. Actually, Emily Browning on guitar.
Oh, great.
Which would be cool, and then a trumpet player from Wellington, Jack Hare.
Cool.
So that's the crew for that. So that'll be really fun.
Yeah.
And we've got some cool openers as well. A bunch of cool openers from in different cities.
Excellent.
So yeah, it should be fun.
I assume you're coming to Auckland to do this.
Yep. So we're playing YMCA, and we've got Skeeler opening.
Okay.
Who are a band up here and kind of living in a similar world, and they're awesome. So I'm kind of more excited to see them than to
Lots
play.
happening. It's very exciting. Okay, we got one more song. Birthday Pictures, a little mellower, right?
Yeah. This is the last track on the record. It's definitely a more somber note. It's about, I don't know how you feel about this. I guess I'm about to find out. For me, when if like someone kind of falls out of my life for whatever reason, I feel like the thing that you kind of always come back to when you're remembering them or kind of reminiscing over those times are like photos from people's birthdays.
Right, okay.
So that's why I called it Birthday Pictures. Those lyrics, those words are not in the song at all, but it's kind of about just kind of someone falling out of your life and for whatever reason. And that's kind of the thing that it
I don't know if I should tell you this, but I have birthday pictures of my older daughter's 10th birthday, and in the picture is a serial killer.
Yeah, but I don't know if you should tell me that. That's scary. Oh my gosh. I hope it's not your daughter.
No. This guy, friend of my mother-in-law's.
Oh my gosh. Truth.
Yeah, he got arrested 2 days after the party.
Whoa. Well, hey, look, there's
a birthday
for
picture.
the listeners at home.
And I do have
go.
a picture with him sitting with a little party hat
I
on.
can't say any
Little
serial
kids
killers
running
featuring
around.
my song, as far as I know, but maybe time will tell.
You didn't see that one coming, did you?
No, I certainly
All
didn't.
right. Well, anyway, sorry about that.
No, don't be. Great.
I just couldn't help but tell you about it. Anyway, okay, well, it's great. Thank you for coming and playing for us.
Thanks for having
And we
me.
look forward to seeing you and the full band here in Auckland when you come around, and hopefully people will buy
Please.
the record and come and see you live.
That's the one.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for having me.
Everything's changing, and that means us too. We should have thought this through. My mind's been racing for you, and it's a race it's gonna lose. I know you must go, but I just can't bring myself to say goodbye tonight. You can call me a fool, but I really did think that you'd end up by my side. Everyone's broken, lost and confused, second guessing every move. My mind's been hoping, but hoping won't do or fix what it didn't choose. I can hear your song 100 times, but the words still hit like they did that night I cried. Every time, oh, I know you must go, but I just can't bring myself to say goodbye tonight. You can call me a fool, but I really did think that you'd end up by my side. By my side, ooh.